This week, the Department of Homeland Security announced there's been an unprecedented decline in illegal border crossings during President Trump's first month in office. According to new figures from Customs and Border Protection, illegal traffic as measured by apprehensions and interceptions at the southern border dropped from more than 31,000 in January to less than 19,000 in February, a 40% decline. In the 4 months prior to Trump's inauguration, the number of illegal immigrants caught crossing from Mexico was up 35% over the previous year. Meantime, border hawks hope to reverse another trend, the refusal by many countries to accept the deportation of their illegal immigrants who have committed serious crimes in the U.S. We recently spoke about that with Congressman Henry Cuellar, a Democrat representing a Texas district where many illegal immigrants cross. What is the issue with criminals that we want to deport being taken back by their home nations?
There are about 30 countries that have been very difficult to work with that won't take back their criminals. But at the same time, we're issuing business visas or student visas to those countries. So while we're giving them the opportunity to come to the United States, they're refusing, should I say, to take back the criminal aliens that belong to those countries. We found out that there is a law already that allows us to hold those visas if a country is not planning to take back their criminals.
But we're not enforcing that law right now.
But we're not enforcing it, which is amazing, because some of us wanted to change the law. To my staff said, hey, Congressman, look at this. It's already the law. So now my intent is to go back to our Committee on Appropriations and affect their funding until they do that. As you know, it gets a little bit more complicated because the U.S. Supreme Court has said that you can only keep those individuals for a period of time. Then you got to release them. And when you release them, that means we're releasing criminals into our streets because those countries refuse to take back those criminal aliens. That's wrong. And especially, I think it's even worse that this is already in the books and we're still issuing business, tourist visas, student visas to countries that refuse to take back their criminal aliens. That's wrong, and we're hoping to change that.
In 2001, the Supreme Court ruled that the U.S. cannot indefinitely hold immigrant criminals if their own countries refuse to take them back. Cuban-born Abel Arango had multiple felony convictions in the U.S. for armed robbery, burglary, and grand theft. A judge ordered his deportation, but Cuba refused to take him back. He was released in Miami, later arrested for 5 felony cocaine charges, released again, and in 2008, he gunned down a Fort Myers, Florida police officer, Andrew Widman.
What are some of the non-cooperative countries?
Vietnam, Cuba, China. There's a large number of them. And we brought this issue back years ago to them because I've been working on this issue. And they said, well, you know, you got to understand diplomacy. We don't want to upset some of those countries. But you know, my response is, oh, but we can upset our constituents and we can upset our way of life that we have here by allowing those criminals to be released. And basically their response from the State Department, because you got to work with the State Department and Homeland. And the State Department, without due respect, was focused on diplomacy. And I understand that. But I'm also concerned about individuals here where in their neighborhoods you can release a criminal because we can't hold them anymore, and that country refuses to take back that criminal alien.
Cuellar says he plans to press for the U.S. to withhold visas from countries that won't accept the return of their criminals.